Greetings, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Real Talk Show. I am your host, Dr. India White. I am so grateful that you guys are here. Yay! Let's get to it. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I know all of us have been just so busy and taking care of life, taking care of business. So many different things are going on. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and invite your friends, inviting positive vibes, inviting positive energy tonight. We've got a couple things I want to cover. First, I always want to check on my guests, my audience out there. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time, whether you're in the evening or in the morning or the other side of the world. Good morning, good evening to you. Now, of course, coming on my show, a couple of announcements that I have for you. We have a lot to talk about today, but I have to get to the announcements first, all right? So first things first, the Real Talk Show will be aired on the radio station SoulNet WKDH every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that's Monday through Friday. So if you are able to tune in, go and visit www.soulnetwkdh.com to tune in. That is a radio station in Gainesville, Florida. So I'm very grateful for Ken and his team for making that fantastic feature take place. In addition to that radio station, the Real Talk Show with Dr. India White will also be featured on Swain Girl Media Channel, hosted by Precious Swain on Fire Stick. Okay, so there's more to come with that. Definitely reach out to Precious Swain for more information. Visit her channel, and you will be fine with that as well. Now, I usually say those two announcements, and I'm super excited. I also have another announcement that I've told you guys before, but, you know, all of us have to evolve. All of us have to, you know, continue to build ourselves, and I am doing my best to do the same. So the website, www.india-white, has a new look. I'm very grateful. Check out my website, www.india-white.com, so that you can check out some amazing updates and perks. And yes, I am so grateful for my rock star amazing team. So humbled that they, you know, would invest in me and give me an opportunity to help you guys in a greater way. So with that said, check out www.india-white.com. Another thing I want you guys to know is that, yes, I am still working on a couple of book collaborations. The one that I want to focus on tonight that I want to let you know about is the book collaboration, How to Find and Keep a Good Man. If you are interested, email me at india.white.123@gmail.com. I would prefer to have people that have been successful in this, or even if you have not been as successful, but you've learned from various relationships and you think you have a nugget or two of wisdom that you can share with all of us, please, please, please join this book collaboration of these fantastic ladies. So we've got a lot going on with that whole book collaboration. I'll keep you guys posted in the next couple months as we continue to roll things out. I'm very grateful for everyone that has their hand in that. And of course, I will be able to disclose that in due time. Now, I wanted to come on today and just kind of speak with you guys just in general about a lot of different things going on. I hope you guys have had a great week. There's so many different worldwide events that have been taking place that I feel like, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've heard a little bit of something somewhere, right? And so I want to kind of speak with you guys just in general today about how we can maintain that as a people. But first, follow me on social media, okay? My social media channels. You've got Facebook is Miss India White. LinkedIn is The India White. Twitter is Indie Speak and Teach. If you're strictly, you know, I guess, well, yeah. And then you can look at my Instagram, Indie238. And my YouTube channel is India White 123. So check me out. My email is india.white.123@gmail.com. All of this is my personal stuff. Please interact with me. I would love for you to connect. I've got plenty of followers on these pages, and I would love to have you join me and join my tribe as we continue to produce fantastic things together and help so many people. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things that I've spoken about how our nation does need healing. There needs to be healing in the United States, yes. We've spoken about this before. And I think that, with everything going on this week, we've had some notifications about, the tragedies that took place last year around this time with George Floyd and just the racial discourse that has taken place that is very unfortunate and very stressful for many, many races. And so, I want to kind of talk about how can we as leaders deal with this in a way so that it doesn't overwhelm us. We've had attacks on the Asian race. We've got movements of Stop Asian Hate. We've had attacks on so many different groups of people and just different injustices that are taking place. And unfortunately, they're also starting to trickle in to other areas of our lives and other interactions and other relationships that we cherish and we value, right? And it's sad, but it's a reality. I can tell you that, since all of these events happened last year, on top of that, COVID, right? Our stress levels as a people have definitely increased. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit today. And if you're going through that COVID, if you're going through other things, my heart goes out to you. You're my support, my prayers, all that positive thoughts. And I hope that things can get better for you and for your family. And I just felt like I needed to take a break and just speak with all of my fans and my friends and those that support me and those that are just tuning in. I wanted to take a moment and speak. And what do I want to speak about? I want to speak about how do you keep moving forward when you want to give up? Why did I want to talk to you guys about this today? Well, I think if you look at everything going on around you, like if you never turned off the news, my heart goes out to you because you're dealing with so much information, right? Especially if you're watching from specific news channels and there's so much going on in the political realm and the with all this racial stuff and financially COVID, like so much is taking place. And on top of all these things that we cannot control, we still have to live our lives. Some of us still have to be moms. Some of us have to be wives. Some of us have to be dads, brothers, uncles, right? We still have to be managers, bosses, employees, whatever, business owners, entrepreneurs. And sometimes it's tough to save face and it's tough to keep moving forward when so many things are coming at you and you feel overwhelmed and you don't know how to cope with everything, right? And I mean, I've been in a situation before. I'm grateful to say I've never had a nervous breakdown, but I'm not saying that I could never be in a situation like that, or none of us ever could be in a situation like that. And some of you watching, you probably have, and it's a real thing. It's a real experience. Some of you have had anxiety attacks. Some of you may have battled or might even still battle depression. Some of you might have turned to substance abuse. There might have been times of isolation. Who knows? I don't know what your struggle is. I don't know how you've coped with things. Some of you have gone into a prayer journey and you've been on the mountaintop for like 40 days. Okay, well, depending on what your choice is of how you deal with life, we still have to come together and find out how do you keep moving forward when you want to give up. It's never easy to deal with any types of tragedy, any type of loss, grief, any type of setbacks, and so I wanted to just share my heart with you and to let you guys know that I care. And so I wanted to put together this series in particular for all of us out there that are hurting and all of us that, we need a break and we just want to know how do we keep moving forward as a people, put everything aside. We just want to live life. We just want to, find our lot in life and to fulfill our purpose, right? And so with that said, I'm going to talk and I guess this kind of stems from just in general everything that's going on in society. So I did some research for all of us, and I looked at a couple of websites. I know you're excited about that. I found some statistics and I found some advice as to how we can, continue to pick ourselves up. And so I did want to kind of go through those with you guys, if that's okay. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit about some of the stats. Since everything going on, I want to start with the whole stats with the George Floyd stuff, since that's so relevant right now. It says that following the death of George Floyd, more than 8 in 10 Americans, that's 83%, say that the future of our nation is a significant source of stress. So I think I think that other nations are even looking into this, right? And so my queens over in India, I love y'all. My peeps over in Africa, various parts of Africa, those that I've connected with, in Canada, wherever you are, love you guys. But look at this stat, this stat, 83% of Americans compared to 69% before, when it was taken before. So that's definitely an increase, a significant increase. And that's from APA.org that I was able to find that information for us. So, and it's not just all about race. It's about finances. It's about safety. It's about health. It's about so much, looking at a particular subset of Black Americans, since that is very connected to the George Floyd incident. It says Black Americans say that discrimination is a significant source of stress, with 55% of Black adults saying that it's a significant factor of their stress, compared to only 42% beginning of May. That again is APA.org. So unfortunately, it looks like all of these different events have begun to trigger other just side events, and they're beginning to affect our way of life, our way of interacting with each other, which is really sad. There's also a lot of fear. I've heard many people speak about fear from so many different sides. Am I going to be safe when I leave my home? Am I going to be safe when I go to the store? I mean, look, not even just this whole situation here. Look at the situation of the shootings that took place. There have been mass shootings that have spiked, unfortunately, across our nation. Our nation, we just need healing. And this is a time that we can be proactive about sticking together and helping each other heal in a time of loss, in a time of hurt, in a time of need. I spoke to you guys about COVID. People are trying to deal with it. Some people have, turned to their sources of relief and peace in this. However, the stress is still there for many Americans. It says that almost 8 in 10 Americans, that's 78% of the situation, say that the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress. That again, APA.org, it's tough. It's really tough. There aren't any answers. And it's a very sensitive topic for all of us. Every single person on the planet has been affected by this pandemic. And unfortunately, it's not going away. My heart goes out to everybody in India dealing with it. And it's one of those things you just got to count your blessings and pray for those that are going through, you know what I mean? And just be grateful. Be grateful for where you are, even if it's affected your home, even if you're going through it. Be grateful for your lot and how you are dealing with it, how you're overcoming it. But know that you're not alone, and know that there are so many people in the community waiting to help you. You just have to reach out and let them know, because they do care. Okay. So this is a very, it's a more serious show, because it's about how do we keep moving forward with all of these different things. And I'm showing you guys these different statistics. Not only just this, there were so many people that lost their lives during COVID, and so many people lost jobs because Businesses were shutting down. There was so much that took place economically. I mean, we had social distancing. People were in their houses for like a year, and some people are still in their homes, and it's tough. It's a tough time for humanity. And I think that just in general, each of us are looking to each other for strength. And there's only so many different online gatherings that you can have, right? There's nothing like having, someone there with you and having that proximity in the room with a fellow neighbor or a partner in business, a colleague, whatever. And so just we have to be mindful as we're going throughout our day that you might be okay, right, with the particular situation that you've been dealt, but your neighbor might not be okay. They might still be processing everything with COVID. They might still be shut down in their homes. They might have lost a loved one. They might be dealing with financial situations. And so with that, I want to encourage everyone watching the show to remain empathetic as you're dealing with people. Right now, it seems like everybody is on edge and it's just so much sensitivity. Anything can set people off. This is not a time to engage in, hostile interactions or, it's just not a time. It's a time to really think with our hearts and to move forward with empathy, because I think anything else could really backfire, because it's such a sad time for our nation, for the globe. You know what I mean? And so I hope that this helps as we continue to reflect and figure out our lane and our place in all of this. But in the midst of all this, as we are unpacking this, show tonight, or today, if you're over on the other side of the world, as we're unpacking this show, I think it's just imperative that we begin to chew on some nuggets of hope, nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of understanding, so we know how to move forward when we feel like giving up. And so, with that said, I am going to now talk about another some other facts that I was able to find. And, you guys know that I'm in the world of education. I'm thinking about kiddos, children, all of the children and the impact that COVID has had on our children. It's sad, guys. It says, well, most parents say that they're worried about the impact the coronavirus has had on their child. And 55% of parents, that's over half of the parents in the nation, guys, have said that their children have been acting out since COVID. Okay, that's an increase from before. So, it's not just adults, it's the kiddos that are on the sideline that are taking all of this in and seeing what mommy's going through and seeing what daddy's going through and, seeing the grandparents suffer, or seeing this person ill, seeing this person pass, seeing so much. And these little hearts and souls have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And so we have to just keep that in mind as we're serving our little babies and we're molding them. They're like little plants, and, we've got to feed them the fertilizer of love and all that. And, and I feel like, our kids, they suffer silently most of the time. They don't say a lot. You know what I mean? How things like this impact them. Kids aren't really talking a lot about George Floyd. I remember, my personal family, my little guy, unfortunately, I was watching the news and he overheard and saw what happened with George Floyd, and he got so scared. He began to cry, little tears, began to cry. And he said, "Mommy, that's scary." And I had to have that mom-son talk, that I hate and I dread, because I don't like having to have that talk. But I understand that my son is a person of color. Even though he's gifted, he's fantastic. I think he's an amazing little guy, but not the rest of the world will see that. And so you parents out there that are struggling with that as well, I want to encourage you and say that, yes, we are having tough conversations with our kids at this time. Even about COVID and about, what's going on, with our lovely Asian, you know, um, friends and family and those that are of other races and those in India dealing with COVID. There's so many conversations. And sometimes, like I said, it just feels so overwhelming that you're like, I just don't, I just want to unplug from this chapter and fast forward or do something, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to just walk through it, and so that's why I want to be here tonight to just encourage you guys and say, listen, you're not alone. Okay. We are all feeling the pressure one way or another. Some of you have been able to prosper financially, but yet you're still feeling emotional pressures and psychological pressures and other pressures in your family. I think everyone has been impacted, by some of these events with your family, and it just makes me think like we have to stick together as humanity, not just the USA, as the globe, as a human race. We have to stick together with each other. We have to love each other, support each other, because we're all vulnerable right now and we all want to win. What's wrong with coming together, helping each other win, celebrating our friends and our neighbors as they're winning? There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, a little healthy competition, of course. That's going to be there, right? Competition is always going to be there. But there's nothing wrong with coming together and saying, you know what? I see you lack support in this. Doesn't make you bad. Just means you might not have support. So I'm going to come alongside you and I will support you so that you can fulfill this project. You can fulfill whatever desire, whatever role it is that you need to get done, so that you can win in life. What happened to that? What happened to that? Just do unto others. What happened to that philosophy, that way of thinking? I just think it's just turned into like me. And, I just need to be great. And who cares about everybody else, and it just feels like that sometimes to me. And I just think it's so unfortunate. I think we could do so much better with diversity and with others at our side when we're vulnerable and when we're able to say, I don't have all the answers and I need your help and I welcome your help. Even if you don't look like me, I welcome your help. I value you as a whole person. Those are things that I think we need to return to as a human race. Just put everything else down, put our status down, put our SES, our socioeconomic status down, put down so many different things that we've hid behind for so long, and start really seeing the hurts of people around us. Start empathizing, start having compassion. When's the last time we put ourselves in other people's shoes and said, they need help. I'm going to help them. Or how can I help them? Or I need help. When's the last time we as a human race have just honestly put ourselves in the shoes of others and said, wow, I wonder what they're going through. Single parents, even if they're successful, they might need help. Someone might have just done some phenomenal financial accomplishment. They might still need help. It might look perfect on the outside, but you never know what's going on the inside. And of course, we always say that saying as well, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? Well, we don't know that. You get on the other side and you realize, hey, the grass is still green. So I want to encourage you and say that if you can muster up enough hope, if you can muster up enough love and be selfless enough to give of yourself to others in this time, I think you're needed more than anything. And you might say, hey, India, I don't have all those gifts. I don't have a lot of gifts. I don't do all these things. I'm not talented. They might just need your support. I'll never forget my mentor. One of my mentors, Lord knows I love her. When my brother passed away and I had no one at the time to help me grieve, See, when I was dealing with grief, we all deal with grief in a different way. When I found out he had passed away, I was in high school and I was actually getting ready to take a math exam, and I lost it. I lost it. Like I just started just crying, and I mean I was just beside myself. When I came to I eventually gathered enough strength to tell her, "Hey, my brother just died." And I had just lost 3 other family members like week after week after week. So this is the 4th person in the 4th week that had passed. So 4 people in the span of a month passed. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I did not know what to do. Thank goodness I had a counselor. I'm grateful that I had a support group at that time. And some of those people are still in my life. I love them all. So grateful for all of them. But I remembered in that time when I was dealing with grief, my mentor, she came and visited me at the time where I was at. And I remembered she did not know what to say. She said nothing. She was just there. And I'm telling you this because some of you might say, "Hey, India, I don't have a lot to offer. I'm just me." You would be amazed how being just you is enough for people who are hurting. When my mentor was there for me, I think that said more to me than any speech she'd ever given me, anything she's ever written me, any other time she had ever visited me. It was that one time of her being there that carried me through that time. And so some of you are going to have to be that strength for others in this time. You're going to have to be that support because, like I said before, people are hurting. People are going through tough times. And so you might say, "India, I don't have a lot," but I want to encourage you and say you do. You have you, and you are invaluable. You are enough. And so never think that you've got to become somebody that you're not, or that you have to pretend, or, you have to evolve into, no, just be yourself. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves because of the societal standards, the societal norms, that we forget to just enjoy life and just to be human. I want to ask a question. For example, some of you are good at this. Rock on. Some of us, including myself, I'm guilty. I'm not. How many of you can say, "I can ride in my car with no music, no phone conversations, no social media, no text messaging, nothing. Like I can ride in complete peace, windows down, enjoying nature, just driving down the road for 20 minutes, no distractions." I know some of you out there, you can do it. I've got a couple friends, that are in the country and they do it all the time. Rock on. I'm talking about the typical person that, you're over here, you have your car, your electronics. How many of us can say, "I really can," and do it, maybe do it for a week straight. Listen to nothing on your way to work. Listen to nothing on the way to the store. Listen to nothing on your way out of town. It's tough because we're so distracted and there's so much information and we feel like we're going to miss something, right? Or we want to hear what's, the latest, whatever that's going out. We want the latest updates. And so we never have that time for ourselves, just to reflect and to be quiet, to have our inner peace, to hear our inner voice, to hear, to just meditate, seek, our creator, find out what's going on. Like we don't have that time. We have so much in our ears. So much is speaking in our lives right now. And so I can say I'm guilty because I love riding, down the road, listening to music. I do. I'm not even going to lie. I love listening to my music in the morning. But, it's one of those things that I started to think about. I think that's going to help us with, being able to cope and find peace in this season and in this trying time that all of us have been tasked to deal with. It's just one thing I wanted to throw out there. We need to do better. We need to do better. And so I do want to give you guys some advice. I said, hey, why not? I'll give you some advice. So first things first, first thing I want to tell you is when you're trying to move forward and you feel like giving up, here's some things that you can do. Step one, you need to remember that you are irreplaceable. Irreplaceable means no one can clone you. Even if they do clone you, it's not you. Even if they sound like you, even if they mimic what you do, even if they look just like, I don't care what they do, they're not you. And you matter. That's why you're still here. You still have a purpose. That's why you're still standing. You're irreplaceable. Step two, slow down. This is why one of my favorite animals is the turtle, because the turtle is so chill and wise, and they're not in a rush, and they live their lives in peace, and I think we can learn a lot from the turtle. We all love our dogs and our cats, right? But the turtle's super cool. So we've got to slow down because there's only one of us. Stress is real. Anxiety is real. There are so many different things that can take place if we don't slow down. I can tell you, I've had several leadership positions, grateful for all of them. And I remembered one leadership position I had. I got up every morning at 4. I worked out from like 4 to 4:30. I would have my quiet time with my creator for like an hour. I would get my kiddos ready. I would get ready, for the task at hand. I would not get home sometimes till later because of what I had to do. When I tried to wake up the next day, if I didn't slow down, guys, I literally could not get out of bed. And I know some of you watching know exactly what I'm talking about. It's when your body says enough. Your body says you're done. You're going to rest today. I had to learn to slow down. And I've taken that with me for several years to where I feel great now about the balance that I've been able to have because I chose to slow down because I understood I'm irreplaceable and that if I don't slow down, my body will slow down for me. So many of you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to be a friendly reminder, a friendly voice here and say, slow down. Okay, so step 3, be positive. I read a book that was so powerful. I'm probably going to read it again. And it was The Power of Speaking Positive. Look it up online. It's ancient. I read it years ago. And I've just remembered several nuggets from it. The Power of Speaking Positive was so great because when you wake up in the morning, we all have a tendency to go towards negative thinking, right? That's just fallen nature of humanity. So you have to train yourself to be positive. And sometimes some of you are like, gosh, you'll look at different people's profiles. I've done it too. And you see they're rocking out. They're working out. They're doing a new project. They've done this. They were, nominated for this. They're going here to this event. They've got everything going for them and some. They have the life of like 3 people in one body. And you're trying to figure out how in the world are these people so on top of it and they never slow down and they always got it going on. They're probably very positive people. And so one thing I want to share with you guys is just the power of speaking positively. Be positive. Be nice to yourself. Don't say negative things to yourself when you're, getting ready for the day. Don't complain about your situation. Remain grateful. Be thankful that you have what you have. Be thankful for your family, for everything that you've been able to accumulate it up to this time. Be thankful. Be positive. When I wake up in the morning, I have to profess and proclaim. This is going to be a phenomenal day. Okay, that was from my brother who always picks on me. But anyway, he'll get that. Love you, bro. But anyway, so I try to tell myself this is going to be a fantastic, a phenomenal day. I'm going to rock it out. I'm going to meet all the right people. Everything's going to align in the right place. I'm going to fulfill my purpose today. My destiny is calling for me. The best is yet to come. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I go on and I believe that. I choose to believe that. I choose to look outside and look at the clouds and how gorgeous it is. Is it hot out here in Florida? Oh, you bet. But instead of focusing on, oh my word, it's 91 degrees outside, I'm burning up, I'm sweating bullets. No, I'm grateful that it is gorgeous outside. The sun is out. I can move around. You know what I mean? So I flip the script. And even when I'm dealing with tough situations, I'm like, I'm so grateful I have been chosen to go through this because there's something I'm learning. And I know I've got a testimony on the horizon. And I just have to keep a positive attitude. And I have to understand that the best is going to come out of the situation. Even when it seems like it won't, I have to believe it will. There are many different situations I've looked back on in my life that just seemed a hot mess. Like, there's nothing good coming out of this. But I can tell you, nothing is wasted in your life. Not one experience is wasted. Everything is recycled for good. And there is something great that will come out of your situation. You just have to trust and believe and just go through the process. So with that said, next step, love yourself. Goodness, guys. You got to love yourself. Like, how do we expect others to love us if we don't love ourselves? And listen, there's a lot that goes with that. Ladies, always tell ladies, buy yourself some flowers. There's nothing wrong with buying yourself flowers. If you don't have a man, go buy you some flowers. Or buy you some chocolate or something that you like, ice cream, I don't know. Whatever, treat you want, go get it, Take care of yourself, like for real. Go get your mani-pedi. Go take yourself out to eat. Do something nice for you. Especially single moms out there. My hat goes off to all you queens. You know it. Sometimes we get so bogged down with taking care of our children and making sure our children are everything, which is right. Keep doing that. But to then neglect ourselves, not good, right? I've heard of stories of women that they've neglected their personal care, their personal doctor's appointments and things like that because they want to take care of their kids. I understand times are tough, but you got to take care of yourself. You have to love yourself. When's the last time you took care of yourself? When's the last time you bought yourself something? Or, when's the last time you took time for yourself just to have peace? I don't know what it is. Find out something that you can do even this week, maybe this weekend. I mean, this is a great opportunity, Memorial Day, where you can just sit and say, I'm going to do this for myself. Even if it's, I'm going to grill some chicken this weekend. I'm going to buy myself a cake. I don't know. Find out what you can do to spoil yourself. And you guys, same thing, especially men, with your health and stuff. Men, it shows that, I wish I would have pulled those stats, but it just shows that men, they don't take care of themselves as well. They don't go to the doctor as often as they should. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just something that guys go through. And so I want to encourage you guys out there too, take care of yourself, love yourself, you matter, you're important. All right. So with that said, step five, accept where you are. And so what do I mean by that? So sometimes you got to look at like your life, all of the situations in your life, where you live, your family, your whatever you've got going on, your business, your career, whatever. You got to look at your life and accept it. Okay. Come back to earth, come back to reality. Many of us, we live in alter egos and we go out and whatever. Sometimes you just got to bring it all back and reset and say, this is my life and I accept it. That doesn't mean I'm settling. That just means I accept where I'm at. And from this place that I'm at, I'm vowing to myself to do what I can to continue to make strides in my life, to become a better person, to evolve into something greater, right? That's awesome. But you first have to slow down enough to accept where you are. Some people are in denial. Some people are running from the life. Hey, listen, I understand the whole I'm running from my life thing. I get that, I get that. But sometimes you got to slow down enough to accept where you are, accept your status, accept your family dynamics, accept everything. Take it all in and then work towards making it better. Okay? And then step 6 from moi is you've got to celebrate your accomplishments. We are living in so much. There's cancel culture. There's so much defenses. There's so much that I don't know. It's just we're so careful now. You know what I mean? We're so careful with everything we say. We're so careful with everything we do, and we should be, right? We should be. But it has also impacted the way we celebrate our small steps and our accomplishments. And I wish that could change. I wish that could change. So, for example, you might have done something as small as run. Okay, you ran 3 to 5 miles. Okay, this is your first time doing that. You want to post it, but you're so overwhelmed with a fear of what people think, or I don't know, a fear of someone getting offended or whatever. So you say nothing. Really? And then we don't celebrate ourselves. We don't and it really creates a negativity that builds up within you. I don't understand where this comes from. And maybe somebody can help me. Why do we not celebrate ourselves? Why do we not celebrate the accomplishments of others? I've been a part of phenomenal groups of leaders where we had a celebrating type of a culture where we intentionally celebrated everyone, not just one person every time or 2 people every time. No, we celebrated everyone to where people wanted to be around each other and they wanted to embrace each other's strengths and they wanted to support each other's weaknesses because we just developed an awesome synergy among each other, and I don't know, I feel like so much has impacted that. People are just, and there's nothing wrong with being humble, nothing wrong with taking a back seat, laying low. I get that. But at the end of the day, you gonna have to celebrate. You gotta celebrate what you've been accomplishing. And you gotta stop feeling bad for being great. You gotta stop hiding your light all the time. That gets old after a while. It is what it is. You're going to shine. You're going to be great. You're going to be excellent. You're going to offend people. Some people will love you. Some people can't stand you. And guess what? That's fine. They are entitled to have that place in life. They talk about how I forgot what book it is, but it says that out of 10 people in the room, if you're in the room among 10 people, there's guaranteed 1 out of 10 that will not like you, period. There's nothing you can do to make that person like you. So why do we focus our energies on that person and then we just shrivel up into a corner? We don't celebrate and we just we take that in. And I think that just becomes toxic, very toxic and tough. And you deserve better than that. So I want to encourage you to celebrate your accomplishments. No, you're not saying that you're better. You're not being braggadocious. You're just celebrating. You need to be celebrated. So I give you permission to celebrate yourself. All right. And my next nugget of advice, let go of mess. So this one, I want you to take a moment and I just want you to think of, what do you think mess is? Whether it's drama, if it's a routine that's just not working out, if it's I don't know, if it's just something in your life that you're just like in disagreement with, let it go. So many times we let go, or we hold on to relationships that are messy. We hold on to situations that are messy. And unfortunately, those things, because they're still there, they create messiness in our lives. They have that toxic space that, and it's like, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Just like the song Frozen says, let it go. You gotta let it go. Release yourself. Okay. Some of these are more difficult than others to deal with. And I get that. But you've got to figure out and strategize as to how you can let it go. And I wish you the best in that. If you want advice, I don't know. Maybe we could chit chat after the show. So that's my advice to you guys. So remember, you're irreplaceable in this season. Remember to slow down. Be positive. Love yourself for real. Accept where you are. Celebrate your accomplishments. Let go of mess. And then continue to move forward. You got to choose to move forward. Okay? Because I know you feel like giving up. Some of you might be like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this. You got to keep moving forward. You never know what's going to come out of the next day. You never know what tomorrow will bring you. It might be something absolutely amazing. So with that said, continue to move forward. Don't sell yourself short. Move forward. Stay positive. Embrace positive energy. Embrace those around you. Figure out win-win solutions so that even if you are dealing with messy situations, I promise you, there are win-win solutions so that you can turn that situation around for good. You've got to do your research, though, and you've got to figure out how to make that happen for your life. And so with that said, I'm so grateful that you guys allowed me to share these nuggets with you. I really, my heart has just been going out to just everyone with all of the different things that we have had to face as a human race. But one thing I'm very hopeful about is that we will stick together. We'll get through this together, one day at a time, sometimes just one moment at a time, right? Sometimes the day is too long to look at. Sometimes you have to take life in chunks, take life in moments. And so we will get there. And so with that said, I want to remind you guys again of certain things and say thank you again for tuning in. Again, this show, The Real Talk Show with Dr. Nia White, like I said, it's going to be aired on SoulNet WKDH radio station every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So visit soulnetwkdh.com to tune in. You'll see various episodes of The Real Talk Show with Dr. Nia White. So definitely go there. Also, if you want to be featured on my show, make sure that you're emailing me with a photo and your biography at india.white.123@gmail.com. Also, the show is going to be aired on the Swain Girl Media channel by Precious Swain on Fire Stick. So make sure you visit that. Make sure you are following me on social media, guys. I'm so grateful for all of you that have gone to the Real Talk Show page and you've liked the page. Thank you. For those that have gone to my India White pages and you've liked those pages, thank you. For all of you that have followed me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, thank you. For those that have checked out my YouTube channel, India White 123, and you subscribed, thank you. And so we are growing, and I'm excited about it. And I'm really excited about my LinkedIn page. In the posts and the celebrating and all of that from the graduation has been nonstop, with the constant likes and comments and stuff. It's been pretty cool. And so I'm thankful to you guys, to all of my fantastic people on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. My LinkedIn channel again is or tab is The India White, THEINDIAWHITE. So check me out there and join the other 18 plus thousand people that are in my tribe. I'm excited about that. And then, of course, I told you guys there's room in how to find and keep a good man. Please email me at india.white.123@gmail.com. Now, this book, I'm not going to lie, How to Find and Keep a Good Man, the audience is for the women out there that are single, that are looking for a man. And at first I thought, you know what? We need to let this be for the ladies and, just let the ladies own this. And I still feel that way. However, I'm going to also open it up for some of you guys out there that if you feel like, hey, these women need to know from a man's perspective what they need to do, please email me, okay, at india.white.123@gmail.com, and we will find room for you to be a part of this book collaboration. So we are super excited as we continue to work on this. I can't wait to read it for myself as well. And so with that said, guys, this has been a fantastic show. I'm not going to keep you long, but I did want to just come on here and let you guys know that you are not alone. Also, remember to check out my new website, www.india-white.com. Check out all of the features on there. If you have any questions concerning anything on the website, or if you're wanting something from me, please do not hesitate to reach out. Again, at india.white.123@gmail.com. You can also fill out a form on the actual website if you want a book, or if you're wanting a course, or if you're wanting to join my Rockstar group, or if you're wanting me to come out to speak, or if you're needing a tutor, whatever you need, I'm here. So reach out to me on www.india-white.com and we will make it happen together. So with that said, guys, I know that we are all juggling so many things, but let's take a deep breath and let's know that we're going to get through this. I really hope that you guys were able to take some nuggets of wisdom from this and to know that you are not alone. Okay. And again, when you're moving forward, make sure too that you are reaching out for help. Before I end my show, I'm going to end it with this. Some steps from lifehack.org about when you're moving forward. I already talked about letting go, but you need to also know what you need to do to get unstuck. So if you're feeling like I'm stuck, find out, write out, what is it that's keeping me stuck? Okay. Find that out and take action. Okay. Then shift your state of being. Find out, where are you? Is it a location? Is it whatever? Become proactive. And then, like I said, take action and reach out for help. I got that from lifehack.org. There are so many things that we can do, guys, that's going to help us. And so with that said, I don't want you to ever feel that you're just out here. And again, make sure that if you're looking to cope with stress or things like that, continue to take care of yourself. Make sure that you're taking deep breaths. Take some time for yourself. Take a vacation, right? Walk away from a situation. Whatever it is, reach out for support. Just know that you've got so much help out there. Never feel like you're alone. Okay? Please take the nuggets of wisdom from this show and put them into practice, because you matter, you are needed, and the best is still yet to come for you. So with that said, guys, thanks so much again for tuning into my show. I'm going to end it a few minutes early. I left on here my social media channel information. Please go follow me, guys. Okay, it gets lonely out there. Go follow me. Let's do some stuff. If you're interested in doing some, whether it's book collaborations or speaking or whatever, like, just let me know. Reach out to me. I'm here and I'm excited and I am ready to plug in with you guys. So with that said, have a fantastic night. Thanks for letting me share, and I'll see you guys next week. We've got a fantastic guest coming on our show next week, so make sure you tune in. Okay, guys? Have a wonderful night. Bye.